Let's talk sparkly things. Something that people may not know about me is that I am obsessed with fine jewelry and building a little fine jewelry collection for myself. I really just love the process, the sustainability, the fact that I can have a piece of jewelry and carry it through generations, that something will last, that something is permanent and valuable, especially in today's culture where it just feels like everything is just like so fast and so consumerist and meant to be thrown away or replaced. So I just love the timelessness that comes with fine jewelry, real materials, small artists. So I wanted to take you through my micro fine jewelry collection as someone who is just starting out and kind of highlight some brands that you may not have heard of before. I feel like every time I watch one of these videos, and no hate to these brands, but it is the Cartier, it's the Van Cleef, it's David Yurman, and I think all those designers like have really beautiful things in their own right, but I just think that there isn't as much uniqueness there as there is with small local jewelry, vintage jewelry, etc. So hopefully today you see some things that you have never seen before and it kind of opens your eyes to maybe a different take on fine jewelry. And if you have any recommendations, please drop them down below because I'd love to learn more. So let's get started with just my everyday fine jewelry pieces. To start off, touching on what I talked about is this ring. This is a 14 karat solid gold, it will focus, hybrid ring. So it's actually got kind of more of a pink tint to it. We're thinking the alloy has maybe more copper in it. And this was one of my grandmother's rings that she wore every single day. And whenever we talked about jewelry, she'd always be like, if you're gonna get these, they're gonna have to be cut off of me. And unfortunately, that is what happened. So I have soldered all these rings. They were the initial hole there. This one's much smaller because the ring was broken and then joined back together. But I treasure this. I love this ring. I remember looking at her wear it all the time, and now the fact that I get to wear it every single day is the coolest thing for me. I just find it very unique. These are little holes, so the ring is actually, you can see. And because of that, it can get a little tricky to clean it sometimes, but it's perfect. No notes. I have these Huggy hoops. These are gold and diamond Huggy hoops. They're a mixed shape diamond. I'm a big Huggy hoop girl. I just find them so wearable. You can sleep in them. I actually got my ears pierced pretty late in life. I got my ears pierced at 21 or 22. And so I'm just not super used to the feeling of earrings on my ears. So I find with like really big dangly pieces, sensorily, it's kind of a lot for me. So I really enjoy just a tight to the ear Huggy. So I wear these pretty often. They catch the light so well. The lighting in here does not do them justice, but I promise. Beautiful, sparkly. And these are 14 karat gold and diamonds. And then my sort of piece de resistance. This is just a plated box chain, but it holds on it. It's just like doing a little dance for you. This is my Gus pendant. It has a diamond on it, and it is hand engraved by the team at Gemma Watts Fine Jewelry. So Gus is my cat. I was inspired to get one of these pendants by an amazing jewelry creator on, I think primarily now just Instagram and YouTube. Her name is Jewel Boxing. I'll pop her info up right here. But she has one of these pendants for her cat with I think emeralds on it. It's a green stone. And I saw one of those and I was like, I have to have one of those. So this was my first custom piece of jewelry. This is like the biggest fine jewelry purchase that I've made so far in my adult life. and the whole team at Gemma Wyatt's Fine Jewelry are amazing. Gemma and Liz, it was such a cool process. I've had this for just over a year now, and I wear it every single day. And then wrapping up my sort of daily wear is this arm. I have this just kind of classic curb chain bracelet. This is actually just from Missouri, and I wear this every single day. I have quite, I would say, petite wrists. My wrists are like less than 5 inches in circumference, so I feel like it's really hard for me to find bracelets that kind of hug my wrist and don't end up on my forearm. So I'm a big adjustable bracelet girly, and I actually love the way that this little like tail dangles, and it keeps the bracelet weighted nicely, so this is always to the bottom. And then last ring, this one is sort of, as I would describe it, like a demi-fine jewelry. This is from a local jewelry creator to me called Wishlist Studio, and she does cast bronze. So this is actually not gold. It looks like solid gold at a fraction of the price, and it doesn't tarnish, or at least hasn't so far. It is worn really beautifully. I polish it every once in a while, and there are some like minor, you really can't tell, but just some like minor dull spots. I find the way that this scratches and ages isn't quite the same as the way that a solid gold would scratch and age, but really, really beautiful nonetheless. And that brings me into my broader collection. To do that, I'll actually keep going with the rest of my Wishlist pieces. So I have quite a few. I've actually met her. She's super lovely, and was able to pick out some pieces in person from her. So I have this cutie little, I'll bring it over here, cutie little key pendant that I love. And then I also have some of these beaded necklaces, and they have these super fun big charm clasps on them, which of course I'm going to struggle with opening. So that is this one, and they just fall at a really lovely length. Sometimes I put the clasp in the back and wear it like that, sometimes forward, and I will put a charm or two on it. And then I also have this kind of milky blue one, and the stones for this one are a little bit smaller. I really like these for when I go on a vacation, because I know that they'll wear well in the water, but also if I did lose them, it's different than like my custom fine jewelry. So that is my Wishlist collection. And then I have a couple more family heirlooms. This ring was actually my dad's wedding band, and it's got this beautiful detailing all throughout the edges. And my dad doesn't wear this anymore, and so he gave it to me, also 14 karat. Unfortunate with this one is I brought it was much bigger, it was for a man's finger, so I brought this to a local jewelry place to have it resized, and they insisted that I needed a 5 1/4 for the finger that I wanted it on, and I knew I needed a 6, but I let them talk me into it. And then I've since had to bring it back 2 different times to actually get it closer to a 6. It's at a 5 3/4 right now, and it's still too small. And I want to find someone else to take it to, because I just don't want to keep having it stretched and messed with. So for now, I don't wear it. It just sits in my box. But one day, we will be reunited. This one, I think, is just kind of fun. This is my grandma's as well. It's kind of a gold nugget style ring on like a diamond shaped face with detailing on the top and on the bottom. Put it on my finger. And funny story with this one, I don't know how true this is, But I've been told that the gold for this, my grandma loved like melting down pieces, making them new again. And I've been told that the gold for this piece was her ex-husband's wedding band that after he left her, she took and melted down and made into this ring. I'm not sure how true that is, but believe it nonetheless because I think it's a funny story and she was just such a great storyteller. So whatever, I have this on. Just makes me giggle. So our little heirloom babies from her, which I love. And then the last pieces in my fine jewelry collection are earrings. I feel like it will be easier if I just show you this case. I have these gold huggy hoops, which I either wear the Alexandra Beth diamond ones, which I got as a graduation present for my parents, forgot to mention that, or I wear these. These are Kin Studios hoops, which I do eventually want to upgrade to something a little bit weightier. These ones, I'm not sure if you can tell, these are sort of hollowed out, so they're not solid all the way through, or they are solid, but they're kind of scooped out instead of one solid backing, and so I find that they kind of collect a lot of ear gunk. So I have my eyes on some J. Hannah Huggies, which are hopefully one of my purchases this year, which I'll get into more in a second. And then I have these solid gold ball earrings that my boyfriend's family got me. These are from Costco. And then finally these tiny little solid gold triangle earrings, which are actually what I got my ears pierced with. And that is it. That is my micro tiny little fine jewelry collection. I do have a couple more heirlooms from my grandma, but unfortunately they're in various states of disrepair and just not wearable right now because they're so old, so I don't have them with me. They're at my mom's house. But yeah, these are my pieces. And then I just wanted to talk super briefly about some things that I have my eye on so you can sort of get exposed to a few more brands. So I am a real type A queen through and through. So of course I have a Notion board to track my jewelry wish list, which I will put up on screen. But some of my top wants are a solid gold box chain. Like I said, this one is just a gold-filled box chain, which I'm very grateful has held up supremely well throughout the years. I got it as a gift. Like, it came with a charm that I got as a gift many years ago, and it's just been a workhorse ever since. But I would love to have a solid gold, really sturdy box chain to kind of upgrade and replace this one with. So there's a few that I'm playing around with, either this Kin box chain necklace, the same place that I got those solid gold Huggies, or I'm also kind of playing around with the J. Hannah 1.2 millimeter rounded box chain. So just trying to decide if I want kind of the harsher look that I have here or a softer look with the rounded edges. And then one thing that I think I'm going to start doing here on out is saving up every single month so that at Christmas time I can buy myself a ring. Again, I'm gonna sing Jewel Boxing's praises because I love everything that she recommends. I just feel like she has such a unique taste in the jewelry world. She's not afraid to, like, you know, buy the first piece of a small creator and test things out and give honest reviews. And she's been a huge inspiration for me that has someone that I feel just has a very defined style. I'll pop up a few other jewelry creators that I really like, but one thing that Jewel Boxing does every year is that she buys herself a ring every year, and I think that's a great way to start, like, building my collection, starting off small. So I'm going to be saving up this year for the Starling North Star Signet ring, which is a tiny little pinky ring with a diamond. Just so dainty and timeless, and I think matches with literally everything. And it's also one of the few pinky rings that comes in a size small enough for my child hands, which is a big plus for me. The last thing that's in my top ones right now are those J. Hannah hoops that I've talked about before. I think it was Okay Fine and really put me on J. Hannah. I've never purchased any of her items, but I love so many of them and so many appear on my wish list. And so yeah, then just going down, I have a bunch of other jewelry items that I really want and aspire to have. I want to try to create sort of a tradition where I pre-pick out some pieces that I want to intentionally save for certain milestones. So on my 30th birthday in 5 years, which is wild, I want to get myself the Yearly Co. half birthday tennis bracelet, or if another tennis bracelet comes up that I like more, whatever it is, that I think is going to be my 30th birthday present to myself. And then I also, this one is a little wild, but I will wrap off with this one. My big bang is the Marrow Fine Trunk Show exclusive ring. And then to pair with it, the Something Blue enamel wave band. Tongue twister again. This one is a little wild because you have to travel to a Marrow Fine trunk show to get this ring. And I may just make a trip to do this at some point and get the pair because I love it so much. It's a gold, kind of a signet style pinky ring with a little blue enamel bow, and I just feel like it's so unique and it's not something I've really seen before. It sort of plays on that Tiffany blue but a lighter, more toned back color, and I just feel like it's something that no one else is going to have. The exclusivity alone, but also just the style really speaks to me, and in the room in front of me I have so many touches that are this blue, so I just feel like it'd be really emblematic of me and all the things that I like. Start adding some color to just my mostly solid gold and little pops of diamond collection. But anyways, I could talk forever and ever and ever about jewelry, and I'm just so excited to be at an age and be at a place that I can start putting money aside for jewelry every month, building up my collection, and just watching my peers grow and do the same. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below, what is your favorite piece of jewelry that you own? Fine, not fine, heirloom, whatever. I'd love to hear it. And just last things, my name is Emmy. I, on this YouTube channel, am taking you through my journey of learning how to be a happy, fulfilled adult in my early 20s. So if you're looking for a cozy friend to just chat, gab, and explore life with, come give me a subscribe, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Okay, bye!